Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Jenevieve Delossantos. I have two roles at Rutgers. I'm an assistant teaching professor of art history, and I'm the director of special pedagogic projects in the Office of Undergraduate Education in the School of Arts and Sciences at Rutgers, New Brunswick. I'm really delighted to get to introduce myself to you and to tell you a little bit more about what I do, my background, and my research interests. So in my role, I'm working on two different things, and I'm not a STEM professional, but I get to work with a lot of faculty who are teaching in STEM fields. And in my own work, I'm thinking a lot about the science of learning. So my research, I'm going to talk about in two different ways. As an art historian, my central question is, how are the images that we see, all of the visual material we encounter, how are they constructed? Meaning, how is it put together to assign a kind of meaning? My area of expertise is in the 19th century, but I also think a lot about this throughout time. And in my teaching, deal with all sorts of different kinds of visual material. In my past, I have actually worked with pre-medical students who are interested in learning how to really sharpen their visual analysis skills. So working with future doctors to look at art together, to really think about how we see, what we should notice if we're diagnosing someone, for example, if we're looking at charts or graphs or x-ray materials, like how do we analyze what we see? And I really love doing that kind of work. Outside of art history, I think a lot about education. So I'm interested in teaching. And my particular research interest is, how do we best teach visual materials? How do we best encourage our students to think about how to analyze and break down images? Should we use videos? How can we help the brain to work through what's a really difficult task? In my work, I get to work with lots of different faculty. It's really one of the best parts of my job. I get to learn about the content that they're teaching and also the ways that they teach. And a particular passion of mine is thinking about the topics of diversity and equity and inclusion, and making sure that everybody is teaching in a way so that all students feel included and are supported in their learning. So that really is what motivates me to do my work. I want to make sure that students feel like they're getting the best possible education. And we know that that happens in the classroom. A little bit more about me. I was a first generation college student. And college was really the point where I learned a lot about myself. I found what I was passionate about. I found what I was really talented in. It kind of like snapped for me. And my professors were really, really wonderful, supportive mentors in my early career. And so what motivates me in my current work is to think about those experiences that I had with those wonderful mentors and how much I learned and how much I grew as a person. If I compared, for example, my writing in my first year to my writing in my last year of undergraduate study, I advanced so much, and it makes me really motivated to make sure that everybody gets the opportunity to study what they love, to grow as people, to challenge themselves. I don't want to say it wasn't easy. It's not easy, and it's not supposed to be sometimes. It challenges you so that you can get better. So that's really one of the driving motivations for me. And also, having been a first generation college student and needing some extra support, some extra help, not having the answers to questions. I couldn't always go find these questions on my own. I didn't know where to look. I didn't have an older sibling or something who could help me. And so I want to be a person who can help the next generation of students who are in a similar space. And so I love my job. It has been challenging to do during COVID-19 in this pandemic, but I will say it's also been really wonderful to get to meet with so many professors who want to teach really well through our new virtual platform. So we were all learning how to use Zoom. We're all learning how to do this online, but we're learning together. And it's been a really wonderful kind of collaborative space where everybody cares about giving the best class that they possibly can to their students. I am alone in my apartment all day. And so I am really focused on work. COVID has affected me in that way. I feel a little bit more isolated, maybe from the campus community that I really loved being on campus and getting to meet people and getting to see my students and going to get coffee at Starbucks. And so I miss some of those things a little bit. But I'm really grateful to be in a place where I'm doing really interesting and important work supporting everybody. So I hope you found this little introduction interesting